What's up, world? It's your boy Lionel Ray back again with another Why Ask Why Selfishly Loving the Self video. And like always, I hope you're loving yourself out there. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you love you the way I love you. Because I love you the way I love me, and I'm in love with myself. 100% in love with myself. But let's get right into it. And this video, we're going to talk about relying on yourself for love. And the reason why this is the next principle in the principle of 10 for selfishly loving yourself is, getting to know yourself, ins and outs, goods and bad. All of those things are very important. Your gift, being able to say no, all these things, figuring out, where you stand with people and with yourself. All those things are important. But what helps you to make sure that you are utilizing that energy to the fullest, and that you're giving yourself the best chance, is by accepting those things. And accepting those things for yourself and accepting love for yourself. You need to be able to love yourself. I didn't know how bad I was at one point in time at not giving myself love, even though I told people I did. And a friend of mine, one of my best friends, we were sitting down at Burning Man, actually, and he told me that I have to give myself permission to feel love and to be loved and to be okay with, loving myself truly. And, and it's funny because you can say you love yourself, but can you stand in front of someone else or in front of yourself and say, I give myself permission, to be loved, really loved? Like, when you think about those words and what those things mean, then you start to put them together and say, maybe I don't love myself as much as I could or should, and going through that really helped me realize like where I was and where I wanted to be, and where I was telling people I was and where I wanted to be. So the problem, what happens when you don't love yourself, we'll start there, is when you don't rely on yourself for love, and when you don't love yourself as much as you think you do, you allow yourself to find those things in other people, other relationships, jobs. You start to look outward. These things need to make me happy. This makes me happy. That makes me happy. For one, it makes you less flexible to finding real love and to finding other people, because you're looking for someone or for things that can fill certain voids. And you need that to move on. And it's hard because you get stuck in a relationship or you get stuck in a pattern into which that one thing that you're now attached to is filling that void and keeping you from moving on to finding other things. The other side of it is putting yourself in positions to where you're in things that you shouldn't be in. Sometimes things make us feel comfortable because there's something that we get from it, whether it's instant gratification or emotional gratification or physical gratification or anything like that. And those things actually can hinder our growth because, again, they're external. We are not standing on our own 2 feet emotionally when we are relying on outside objects to quantify how we feel or what level we feel good at or what love means to us by other people's standards or by what we receive from outside interference on how we actually feel loved. And it's sad and it hurts, and we all go through it. I've gone through it. I've gone through it more than once, to where we are caught up in this cycle of feeling lonely, feeling crappy, and for lack of a better term, feeling shitty, not having what we want, not being fulfilled, then getting into a relationship or a friendship, or we start a new job or something, we go somewhere and we pour everything we have into that one thing, and it's good for a time, but then the loneliness is still there, or that hunger, or, you're in business and it's just not getting you the fulfillment that you're looking for. And that's because everything else and the people around you cannot make you happy, cannot fulfill your needs. I can't do anything for your happiness if you don't know how to get it from yourself. Now, that's not to say that you're going to be good at everything, but when you can look into yourself and realize what you need from you without anyone else, it puts you in a better position to control the amount of energy other people control on your life and your happiness. How people put their energy into your world and how you can use it. Because then you're not beholden to them, because you don't owe them anything. You owe yourself. And someone who really cares about you, we don't count. If we're friends, if we're lovers, I'm not counting how many times I take you to dinner. I'm not counting how many times I do these things for you. Because I do those because I care about you the way I care about me. And so I have to love you with the same amount of passion and love that I love myself with. So I'm going to do those things out of love and out of care, because we are people that care about each other. Now, relying on yourself for love, for those things, whether it be emotional or physical, or any aspect that you need, you have to first decide what is wrong. What are you missing? What are you getting from these other relationships? What are you getting from these other opportunities to fill that void? And when you can pinpoint those things, the things that you're actually getting, that you're enjoying, and find a healthier way to fill those needs, to fill those joys by yourselves, what's left is the other things that you're missing. Now you can start to then pinpoint those things that you're missing and fulfill them with more healthy activities, healthy relationships, healthy, constant energy coming from either outside or inside, levels. And whether or not you are putting that time in yourself to work on yourself, to love yourself, and to tell yourself, not the fact of not needing. I've dated girls, I've had friends, I've had my guy friends, my girlfriends, I've had family members who always say, I don't need a man, I don't need a girl, I don't need this, I don't need you, I don't need that. And that's an insecurity. That's not a strength. Because strength says, you know what, I can do this, but this is where I need help. I can be man enough to say, I can't do everything. I can do a lot. I am strong. I am smart. I am beautiful. But I could be better with this. I could be more with that. I could have a better time at anything I do sharing that moment with you. And that is, to me at least, a healthy mindset, a very successful mindset. Because yes, you might be able to do stuff and you may not need me to pay your bills. But if we're in a relationship and now instead of paying 100% of the bills, you pay 50%, that other 50% of money, which is your money, you can now put into doing things that you want to do, buying things that you want to have, going places that you want to go. Also, the same with emotional energy. For people out there who don't always tell themselves that they're beautiful, they're smart, they're strong, having someone who truly believes in you, a partner, someone who can help you, only goes as far as you believe yourself. I can tell you you're beautiful a million times. If you don't believe it, and especially if you don't believe it coming from me, then it doesn't matter if it's true or not, because you don't love yourself enough to say thank you. You know what? I am. And when you love yourself, there is nothing in life that can keep you down for too long, and nothing that can hit you in life that will hurt too much, because you love yourself too much. You rely on yourself. It's hard for people to lie to you. It's hard for people to pull the wool over your eyes and run a joke on you. It's hard for people to get past you and steal from you when it comes to emotional, physical, or any type of metaphysical, life opportunity where people can either drain your energy or use your energy for their own personal gain. Or you can waste your energy on yourself by lying to yourself that you're not good enough or that your life sucks. You know what? Energy creates the world that you live in. And the only way your world can get better or get worse is by your actions and by your belief system. And if you rely on yourself for love, then you hold yourself to a higher standard, and everyone around you will start to either come up to that standard or they'll fall off. And that's okay. Because if someone around you doesn't love you as much, if not more, than you love yourself, they're not worth your time anyway. You know, it's hard to say that sometimes for some people, but honestly, I'm going to give you what I give myself. I want you to dress like me, not exactly like me, but I feel comfortable in presenting myself the way that I am, and I want you to feel the same way. I make sure that I'm always fed. I don't look like no skinny guy here. I eat. I'm out here eating in more ways than one, and I want you to do the same. Is everything in my life perfect? Nope. I'm still a single man. I'm still out here working my tail off. I wish my life could be easier. I got a roommate, and I like my roommate. Me and my roommate, we get along very well. But it's easy for me to live with him because his quality of life is the same as mine. So our house stays clean. Our refrigerator is full. It's nice and cool in here. We can run the AC year round living in Arizona, and neither one of us worry about the electricity bill because I love myself and that's what I deserve. And my roommate, he feels he deserves the same thing. So it's easy. We don't argue over bills. We don't argue over anything else. I don't find myself in situations where I'm living, hanging out, or being friends with people who will piss me off or use me or do anything wrong. Why? Because I know what I deserve and I love me. And by loving me and relying on myself for my love, it doesn't end with just me. I get to pay that forward and show other people that same type of earnest care and love and affection and drive. And they give it back. In the workplace, throughout my business, my clients that I meet, when I sit down and talk to them, I talk to them as if I'm talking to myself. So they understand that this is how serious I am and this is how hard I'm going to work for you. And I get what I think I deserve from everything in life, for the most part. Sometimes life will just throw you a curveball to see how you handle it. Or other people around you don't love themselves the way that that you love you. And sometimes that can clash, but that's okay. Because I love myself that much, I also have patience. I can listen. I can wait. I can conversate and understand that we all have different lives. And I just want your life to be the best that it can be. So selfishly love you. And I say it again, selfishly love you. Because if you don't, no one else will. If you don't get to where you want to be in life, you can't blame anyone else if you allowed them to help you fail or if you never tried. It's your boy, Lionel Ray. Once again, take care of yourself. You are strong. You are smart. You are beautiful. Deuces.